All right, well, so anyway, I'm docked at Kelly's Island, and you know, it's a nice place, good place, but anyway, I developed a problem. Unfortunately, if you look down here, as you can see, that is my stream for my air conditioner. It should be coming out about 3 times that rate. It's barely working. It's with a marine air conditioner, my air conditioner is up underneath the bed, and it needs something to cool, like the ones you have at home. If you're not a boater, the ones you have at home get air cooled. Well, a marine air conditioner has no real good air flow to cool it. So what a boat does is in the rear of the boat, underneath there's a scoop. It picks up the water through a pump underneath the bilge, and it's just right in front of the motors. Pumps it through a strainer, which catches the debris before it goes into the pump. There's the Jet Express. But catches the debris before it goes in the pump, pumps it the water, the fresh water from the river or the lake through the air conditioner, and cools the air conditioner that way instead of being air cooled. So anyway, obviously I've got a problem with the pump. Jet Express is leaving. Hold on a minute. As you can hear the horn. So anyway, there's the Jet Express behind me right there. As it's leaving, I was going to get a picture of it. But anyway, so Kevin and I, we went down in the bilge. Kevin does most of the work because he's a little skinnier than I am. But anyway, he came over and gave me a hand last night. We took the strainers out and cleaned the strainers. There was a little bit of debris in there, but it wasn't enough to slow the water down that much. So what we had done then is we took the head of the pump off, and it's got a little propeller in there that moves the water through the system. And anyway, the water's moving through the system. It was kind of muddy and mucked up, so we thought we might have had the problem fixed. So we took it all apart. I cleaned all the mud out, little debris that was inside that pump. We reassembled it, and it really, as you can see, it didn't make any difference with the pump. So what I opposed today, we called over to Sandusky, West Marine, honestly. We called over there to Sandusky, and they do have a pump at the store, and they went ahead and put my name on it. So we're going to go get another pump today. Alright, so the cab is a little bit of a mess because it's a work zone at this point. We're gonna start this air conditioning fix, hopefully. We're hoping. This is how refix it. This is not a how to fix it video. So if things don't go well for you, I'm sorry, but this is how we did it today. But anyway, the first step I did, shut the unit off here at the panel. Let the pump shut off, let the compressor shut off. That's my thermostat. Some of the SEARAYs are still using the old system here. I had to change mine out. This didn't work anymore. So I got a different system over there. So, but that's an upgrade. Still using the same breaker. And before Kevin and I want to get started, we're going to go on the breaker panel. If you could see, a little focusing. But anyway, it's not focusing. Hang on 1 second. See if we get focused in there. Probably a little better right there. I'm going to shut the main breaker off for forward air conditioning. Don't confuse us, because I've done this myself. There's AC converter. That's your battery charger. We want to shut off the forward air conditioner. That's where my pump is at. So, but okay, so Kevin's got his tools set aside. We got the pump. We need probably a knife to open that, right?
I'm going to use this fancy dancy screwdriver.
All right.
Slice it open. I think that's good enough. So, that's a nice new pump we have. However, I think what we're doing, his old pump is working very well. So rather than trying to get this old pump out because it's in a very tight spot, what we're going to do is we're going to take these 4 screws out of here. It's really just the head that's bad. We're going to try and disconnect this head. Hopefully, if that's what we can do, fingers crossed, worst case scenario we can't, and change just the head. If not, well then I guess we're changing the whole pump. So we're going to find out here in a few minutes.
Basically looking to see if the bolt pattern lines up with the new one.
My only concern is these 2 things. As long as those line up, we're good. If not, well, then we'll go from there. Find out when we get in there.
We're gonna take the GoPro.
Don't video that one.
We're on the Canon camera right now. It's a good quality. We're gonna switch to the GoPro because that's the only camera that's gonna fit down in the bilge. We'll do the best we can, catch what we can on video. Okay. Okay, you got 2 cameras on you. You're going to be a star after this one.
Apparently, right? The one thing we'll probably want to figure out is on the new head.
Yeah.
Because I see those 2 lines that are on here.
Okay.
I just don't. I'm unsure of how those come off. Like that whole housing comes off.
How did we have it apart yesterday?
Take the 4 screws out.
Okay.
But I don't know if I need to take the whole housing out or not. If I can just probably use half the housing, I think we'll be fine. But you might as well take those 4 off. I guess that way we can compare them once we get them out of here. First step, we're going to take these off. Those clamps here. Working backwards is always fun. Shut up. There. Well, it's got those 2 things there.
Cameras on you. You're going to be a star after this one.
Apparently, right? The one thing we'll probably want to figure out is on the new head.
Yeah.
Because I see those 2 lines that are on here. Okay. I just don't. I'm unsure of how those come off. Like that whole housing comes off.
How did we have it apart yesterday?
Take the 4 screws out. But I don't know if I need to take the whole housing out or not. If I can just probably use half the housing, I think we'll be fine. But you might as well take those 4 off. I guess that way we can compare them once we get them out of here. Oh, come on.
got the screws loose. Want me to pull the housing?
Yeah. Damn, this thing is not working like it was yesterday.
I think this is...
That's why.
I think this is the same. You want to try changing the whole housing?
Oh!
Just the top of it.
Shit. The problem is I cranked it the wrong way.
Bye-bye.
I don't want to strip this thing out too much.
What do you got going on? I'm not watching.
This is starting to strip out on here. I don't want to strip that out.
Thing.
So what I'm gonna...
Well, that's okay.
We
Get
don't
it
have
off.
You don't have another one.
Yeah.
You do?
Oh.
No. The plastic fitting that screws
At an
into
elbow.
that.
So what I want to do, I'm going to take the head off.
Another one of these.
Nah, but it's straight.
Oh, that's a
Fits
straight
into
one.
this hosing. Yeah, we didn't buy one of those. I'm going to take the head off first
Okay.
And try and pull the whole thing apart and just leave that fitting on there.
Okay.
I can do that. It's a pain in the ass, but I can do it. I can probably take this whole fitting off if I had to. If not, I can take the whole pump off.
Alright, let me see if I got one of those. So,
If you got one of those, that'd be great.
I don't know.
Just in case. It's a
What
like
size hose?
probably a 3/4.
I might have one on the boat too. You never know.
I'm pulling these screws out right now. Are these different lengths or are they all the same? These two versus that one.
They look the same.
Okay. This one's the same too, right?
Yeah.
Or is that one different than this one?
No, they're all four the
Okay.
same. I remember that from yesterday.
So I'll make sure, because one was a little stuck in here, so that's why I was just curious. Once I get these screws out, I'll be able to unscrew this by hand. Unscrew this thing. So that would go. I can just put this on. There we go. It's one way of doing it.
Something dropped.
Yeah, it's just that
Probably
little.
that stick.
No, I got the stick. It's that little washer that's in there. How does that, are you able to see how that, that housing comes off of that on the other two, with those two little things that stick into that housing? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know if we need to take that housing off or not. I don't think we do. But I'd like to get this off of here if I could.
I honestly think.
I think I could get this on here without doing that. Here's the old
It lifts off.
Oh, does it just lift off?
It isn't hard either.
Okay.
Once I got it moving, I got this one off already.
How's this one look compared to that? You can compare those on your video too. Cut myself again, by the way.
Oh my gosh. Stop.
Ouch! Yeah, it's this little plate right here, Ian.
You want to cut it?
No, I can't cut that plate. I'll need a band-aid probably though.
Or put a towel over it.
Yeah, a towel would be nice.
I want them rags.
Yeah.
All right, so we got a little construction behind me, so excuse the noise. But anyway, probably made like a $400 mistake yesterday, but we didn't know. Like I said, we're not professional mechanics, so we do what we can. But anyway, we changed the head of the pump for the air conditioner. It needed some servicing. We probably could have just serviced it, cleaned it all out, reassembled it. We would have been fine there, but that wasn't the problem. We had a hard time tracking the problem because at first I thought, let's see if I can get in a little quieter area. So at first I had considered that it's probably clogged. So we took hoses off, we flushed it out with hoses, forward and backwards out the back of the boat, forward out the boat. Tried to clear the plug out, we were getting water out. We did that actually several times. And then we draw to a conclusion, which was the wrong conclusion, that it was the pump, the head of the pump, probably the impellers that are in there were worn out and not producing enough water. And so there's a jackhammer over there, I'm sorry. So anyway, so yesterday I got a video, shot some video, we went to West Marine, got some parts, spent about $400 in parts, brought them back, installed them, put everything back together, started it up. We were still getting the drizzle out of the side of the boat. So then it had to be something else. We know when we did all that stuff, we did it right, and I just could not figure it out. Well, on the way to Kelly's Island, we had a little bit of a bumpy ride. I must have jarred something loose, you know. So the only thing I can think of, and talking to Kevin, and we both agreed that the system must be sucking up some air from somewhere. And since we've taken the hoses off and on a couple times, flushed them out to get a clog out that wasn't there, so that we figured, ruled that couldn't have been it. So we had to look at the strainer a little bit. And on the strainer, there's a lid, the cap of the strainer, which the system flows through to stop the debris from getting to the pump, protects the pump. Well, there's a little gasket on top. And finally kind of draw to the conclusion, maybe I'm sucking a little bit of air through the top of that gasket, which was diminishing my flow out the side of the boat. So I took the lid off and picked it out and flipped it over, put it on back on upside down the gasket, and sealed it back up. Now today we're getting good flow, so that had to have been it. Probably would have been fine to instead of buying a $400 pump, buy a $400 or a $4 gasket. So be it. Got spare parts. It's a mistake. Didn't see that one coming. But when I get home, I think I'm going to replace some of the hoses down there and get a new gasket for that lid, but I don't want to do it while I'm on vacation. I have Molly and Gracie, my cats, with me, and I don't want to cut the air off if I don't have to. So that's about it. That wraps that up. So never know. It could be something real small and you're thinking big. That's one of those things that kind of caught me off guard. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good one.